I'm Christina.
I'm Maya
from
Goodreads, and welcome to a new video.
So here we are again in Horror Week, still there. It's time for two new short stories to review, and today we are dealing with The Visible Filth by Nathan Ballingrud and Sour Candy by Keelan Patrick Berg. So Maya is going to start us off.
With what? So I'm supposed to talk about Visible Filth. So in this book we follow Will, a bartender, who after a crazy night at work finds a cell phone with some unsettling pictures and a video. And somehow that connects him to his friend Eric, who was in a bar fight. And those events affect his entire life. I guess that's it, right?
Yes.
The scary factor of this story is there is an ominous feeling throughout the story, because stuff's not explained, so you're not entirely sure what's happening the entire time, and you're like on the edge of your seat because there are creepy stuff that's happening. Like it's
quite unsettling.
So that would be the scary factor of the story.
Yes, I would also like to mention that
there's a movie with Armie Hammer.
Not that, but we can mention that at the end. No, there is one particular scene, which
the last one.
Yeah, which made me so disgusted. I audibly gasped. I was like reading and I was like, no!
I totally forgot that was in it, because I saw the movie before I read the story, and it's like I totally forgot about that.
Also, there's a movie that is based on the story. It's called Wounds. I actually watched it after reading this. It explains a lot more than the actual short story does. And it's much more bug related.
Right.
There's a lot of cockroaches. So if you don't like cockroaches, maybe don't watch it. But yeah, there are not as many cockroaches in the short story, actually. There's not that many bugs anyways. But yeah, anyways, so there's a movie. And I have no notes. What happened right now?
I'll just mention that throughout the story, I was it didn't really make sense, because the plot kind of led you to different paths, and we ended up somewhere completely like left field. Yeah. Because throughout the story, he's being sort of teased by the young people.
Did we mention he finds a phone?
Yes, I did mention that.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
Okay. So he finds a phone and like somebody's communicating with him through the phone.
Yes, and so he's sort of being teased through this phone, and we're being sent into wrong directions, and it's like you expect something to happen, and it goes completely somewhere else, and I was just lost the entire story. I was like, how did we get here? Why are we here? I didn't get it. So that's like my thought of this.
I actually quite liked it. It was one of my favorites that we read for this week. I liked the unsettling feeling. I liked the feeling it was almost like a mystery, because he gets these photos and they're really weird, and it's stuff you would contact the police or like normal people, not people in books, but normal people would probably contact the police. And I just got that mystery feeling, which I like. And as Maya said, there's like this twists and turns where you're you don't know where this is going. The only thing I'll say also is that I found one particular relationship that he has with another character completely unnecessary in the book. Just, I don't know why that was in there. I don't know how it...
Are you talking about the girlfriend or the friend?
The friend.
I think it was like the point to show that he's a bad person.
Oh!
Right?
Right, because... Oh, yeah, okay, I mustn't say that. Because... okay, now you get... see? This is why we do this together. She explains stuff to me.
Yeah, that was like... Because you explained to me the reason why the ending happened. So I was like, okay, so that makes sense. So why, like... Because I was the ending. I was like, why? How did we get to the ending? That was my like, how did we get here? How did he? What signals did he get throughout the story that he knew to do that? So yeah, read the story. It's short. It's creepy. So maybe you could explain to us why, or at least to me, how did he know to do what he did?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and that's it for this review.
Yes. Let's move on. Just let's move on.
Oh no, that's not it for this review. We have another story.
Yes.
Oh my god, it's completely insane.
Okay.
Completely insane.
Okay.
All right.
Next up, it is Sour Candy by Killen Patrick Burke. So this short story has the creepiest first line ever that I've read. I was hooked. I think it goes along the lines, I'm not sure 100%, but it goes along the lines, I lost my teeth 4 months after I met this boy.
Yeah.
And it was like, what? Like, how did that happen? And that kind of sets up the whole thing. For me, it maybe set it up too much because I was so kind of...
What does that mean?
Like, it gripped me so hard that I was maybe a bit disappointed by how the rest of it went. But...
What's the story about?
The story. I was just getting to that. So, this man, our main character is like in a store, and there's this woman with a kid, and you know, there's some trouble there, and the kid offers him sour candy. And then his life turns upside down.
Yes.
And I really wouldn't like to say anything else because, like, everything that happens to him later on is like.
But you know, the whole thing is actually spoiled in the.
It is?
In the summary.
Really?
Yes, it's like the summary.
Don't read the summary.
On Goodreads, because I was, you know, it's like, you know, he has a kid, but he didn't have a kid, like. Yeah, you know, a week ago or something. So everything is spoiled. I mean, not everything, but you know, the sort of main thing is said in the summary, so you can read it.
Okay, if it's said in the summary, then basically the kid gets somehow attached to him, let's say, and he gets a kid, even though he didn't have a kid before, and
it kind of sort of turns his life upside down.
Yes,
which is one of the scary factors.
And that's that is the scary factor. Just the idea behind what happens to him when this child comes into his life, because like literally well, if I say this, then you'll know what happened, so I can't say exactly what happened to him, but it's just imagine really like not knowing your life, let's say it like that, in the most vague possible way.
Yeah.
That you just woke up one day and not knew your life.
All right. So we thought that the sort of psychological terror was kind of scary. There are some sort of creatures in this story.
Yeah.
We thought that the psychological terror was kind of scarier than the actual creatures, because I guess we are a bit desensitized to the creatures, because I watch Supernatural, so and a bunch of other supernatural stuff.
Yeah.
So seeing people in deer masks doesn't really scare me anymore.
No.
And sorry. So basically the whole point of it is that, you know, his life turns upside down and he wants to fix it somehow, and to the lengths he went through to get to that. And it's an excellent visual story.
I think it would be perfect for TV or movie. Like,
yes,
it would be brilliant.
And I really enjoyed the ending.
Yeah, the ending
it was more
really
explained. The ending of this story was, and the whole story was more explained than anything else we've read so far. So I liked it because of that, because I was like, okay, I can understand what's happening, how we got to this, and what is going to happen next.
Everything is basically resolved. Like, you get explanations for everything, and you understand the motivations of the characters, you understand the motivations of the beings, you understand how, like, this whole thing worked. So that's actually really good, although the entire thing was unsettling. It was creepy, like psychologically especially, so like really good.
So this is like this is the favorite of the short stories that we've read so far for this, so yay for Sour Candy.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, that's it for the review of these two short stories. If you have read them and you want to add something, please do in the comments down below.
Please like, share, subscribe, press the bell button if you want to get notifications whenever we post new videos. And
thank you so much for watching, and we will see you in a new video of this horror week, where we, review other stuff that's horror related and stuff. All right.
Okay. Bye.